What's up everybody, my name is Kyle, and today I thought I'd talk to you about what films I'm looking forward to in 2021. Well, admittedly, a lot of the films that were supposed to be released last year have been delayed due to the coronavirus pandemic and are supposed to be rescheduled for this year. So, a lot of those films that I was looking forward to last year are more or less films that I'm looking forward to seeing hopefully this year. But there are some films that are intended to be released this year and were scheduled for this year that I still actually really want to see. I'll start by talking about 3 films in particular that didn't get released last year that I really hope to see this year. Starting with A Quiet Place Part 2. Not many horror films have ever intrigued me to want to go and see the sequel, but yet this seems to be one of them. I really love the concept behind this film. If you make a noise, you're dead. The sequel follows on from the aftermath of the first film, where, judging from the trailers that we got last year, there is still darkness to come. As well as this, it looks as if we will get an origin and how the events happened, and I really hope, fingers crossed, it's not some satanic ritualistic crap, because that has been done way too much in horror films. I'm hoping for something interesting, like perhaps these creatures have been sent to punish us for treating the earth so badly, but let's just hope we find out soon. Moving on to the next film I'm hoping to see this year, which is Venom, Let There Be Carnage. At last, our first look at a live adaptation of Carnage. This is something I've wanted to see for a while. We have yet to see a trailer, but I'm sure one is incoming any time now, so we'll see what the film will be like from that. But for now, I'm excited to see what they do with Carnage and what madness, or should I say what carnage, he will create for Venom in the sequel. Woody Harrelson is playing Cletus Cassidy, which will be interesting, and hopefully he adds that crazy wacky character that we know Cletus to be. And the final film that didn't get released last year but hopefully will get released this year that I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing is The Forever Purge. I'm not going to lie or hide this, but yes, I do like the Purge films. And what? The Forever Purge is going to be the last one set to schedule for July 2021. I also like the concept behind these films. One day a year, for 12 hours, you're allowed to cause any level of heinous crimes or try and survive the night and pray that you don't get purged on. This film is going to follow 2 Latino characters as they escape the Mexican cartel and hide out on a Texas ranch. But unfortunately for them, people are still out purging past the 12 hours. The synopsis sounds interesting as the previous films have been set in cities, but out on a Texas ranch is going to be different as that doesn't seem to be many places for them to hide. So hopefully the last Purge film goes out with a bang and is the craziest one of them all. Now let's move on to films that are supposed to come out this year that I'm hopefully looking forward to seeing. The first film I'm looking forward to seeing in 2021 is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. My knowledge on Shang-Chi is very limited, but from what I know, he is a trained martial artist and a master of Kung Fu. This film has no synopsis yet, but it looks as if Shang-Chi is going to go toe-to-toe with the real Mandarin, which sounds very exciting. Due to what attributes Shang-Chi has, it looks like this film will have a lot of martial arts and Kung Fu, which is something I'm looking forward to seeing. The next film I'm looking forward to seeing in 2021 is The Suicide Squad. We can all agree that the 2016 adaptation was terrible and was something that shouldn't have seen the light of day, but this soft reboot might be worth the former pain. This time round it's directed by James Gunn, who directed the Guardians of the Galaxy films, so already this film is in good hands. There are some returning characters from the 2016 film, but there are a lot more characters involved this time, with characters that I've never heard of, but mind you, not many of us knew who the Guardians were, and look how that turned out. The next film I'm hopefully looking forward to seeing this year is Mission Impossible 7. Strangely enough, I haven't watched many of the Mission Impossible films, and yeah, I really want to see this film. I guess we all crave something, and I kind of want to see an action-packed film with crazy stunts and Tom Cruise at the helm. Lucky for me, there is a 7th Mission Impossible film. Last year I had binge watched some film franchises, so Mission Impossible seems to be the next point of call. Hopefully by then I'm invested in these characters and better understand the story. Moving on to the next film I'm looking forward to seeing this year, which is The Matrix 4. On the subject of film franchises that I watched last year, the Matrix trilogy was something that I did watch. The first film was definitely the best, but any opportunity for another film and to see Keanu Reeves on screen in an action-packed madness is enough for me. Supposedly this film is set 18 years after the third film, so it'll be interesting to see what happens next, as the last time we saw Neo, he had sacrificed himself to stop the Smith clones from infecting the Matrix world. His body was carried away by the machines, and we don't know what they did with him, so I guess we'll have to wait till December for that. And the final film that I'm looking forward to seeing this year, hopefully, is Spider-Man 3, or Spider-Man Home something. Every single day there is always news on this film, and for good reason, as this is going to be one of the biggest Phase 4 events of the MCU. Both Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are set to return to their Spider-Man roles. I mean, how exciting is that? As well as this, various other characters are also set to return from the Raimi and Webb series, including Alfred Molina's Dr. Octopus and Jamie Foxx's Electro. Although these characters are coming back and it's exciting, I'm hoping they are just cameo roles and nothing too big, otherwise it might be a mess with too many characters. They may be involved in the big multiverse story that is connected with both WandaVision and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The film is set after the events of Far From Home, after Mysterio outed Spidey and revealed his true identity to the rest of the world, meaning that Parker is most likely going to be on the run and is going to get hunted. We could most likely be getting Kraven the Hunter as well as some other Sinister Six members, such as the Scorpion and the possible return of Mysterio and the Vulture. Either way, I'm hoping that this film is crazy, but not too crazy, and is full of the typical surprises that we get in MCU films, and I really can't wait to hopefully watch this at the end of the year. So comment down below what films you're hopefully looking forward to seeing in 2021, and if there are any films from last year that didn't get released last year for obvious reasons that you hope to see this year. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!